and someone the same thing. I had to get a hold of Google. My blog ended up being blocked. I had to get a hold of Google to turn it back on. And of course, I've been kind of critical of China lately.
Sure.
So I don't know whether these two things are related or not.
That
I
is
suspect
spooky,
actually
yeah.
they're not, but who knows? But anyway, China or Google has said enough is enough, and they're thinking about pulling the plug.
We're talking to Mish Shedlock from globaleconomicanalysis.blogspot.com, and I was going to ask you what you're working on, but most likely it'll be what we were discussing off the air, this crazy healthcare bill.
Yeah, one more thing before we get to the health care.
Sure.
I mean, this thing with China is goes a lot deeper than just Google being annoyed at being hacked. I mean, businesses are starting to question the viability of wanting to do business with China. It's a huge change in attitude. It's likely to stir up protectionist sentiment on both sides of the ocean here. There's a potential here for this thing to either fizzle or really blossom into something big. We don't know which, but it's worth keeping an eye on.
I was going to ask you how you think China will react. You think they're just going to shrug?
I think they're just going to shrug and ignore it.
Yeah.
This time, we got the goods on them. We know what was done, where it was done. We know it was done in China, and we've not heard a response from China, which generally is their way of admitting guilt.
Sure. Yeah. So what's coming up on the blog? Tell us about what you're working on.
I got to write about healthcare. You asked me about that, and that really had my blood boiling here earlier tonight. I'm extremely mad at what happened in the Senate. The House. The leaders got together with Obama and the unions. They worked out a, quote, compromise, unquote, to screw the middle class and benefit politicians and the unions. It's just so irritating. What they did was the Senate had one version of health care in which they were going to tax high benefit health care plans. And the unions are in a lot of those, where they essentially get their health care, better health care policy in the unions than almost any private plan.
Wow! And
they don't pay for them much, so there was going to be a tax on those. The House version, there was going to be a surtax on the wealthy. Well, the Senate version was there was just going to be a surtax on the plan itself. So which one makes more sense? I think taxing the people who get bigger benefits. But they worked it out in the House today, and the compromise was to not tax unions or government workers.
Oh, what an amazing coincidence.
What an amazing coincidence. And the grounds were, listen to this.
Okay.
That unions and government workers get paid less than the private sector, so they shouldn't have to pay the surcharge.
Well, that's blatantly untrue, right?
Oh, my God. Phil, this has me so annoyed tonight. I'm just extremely annoyed over this. I'm going to start some sort of write-in campaign against the Senate.
Please
I hope I can get people riled up against this. This is, oh, my God. I'm just furious over this. I guess that's the only way I know how to put it. And so that's a post I'm either going to do tonight or perhaps on Monday. I won't do it over the weekend because I want to do it when traffic's higher during the week. If I don't get to that tonight, I'll get it out on Sunday night, and hopefully Monday morning we can get everyone phoning in the Senate. This thing's going to fly through the House, so calling the House is just a waste of time. But hopefully we can kill this, and maybe they will have gotten so greedy that we can kill the whole goddamn thing in the Senate.
Right on.
And that's what I would hope for, but that's really a long, long shot at this point. Anyway, that's what I'm working on. Busy as usual here, and I'm going to do a follow-up on this Fed's erroneous math. I think that'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But the news is really pouring out. None of it's any good, at least that I can see. Well, Intel beat the street today, Phil. But guess what? A month ago, they were forecast, I don't have the numbers in front of me. A month ago, they were forecast to make like 60 cents, and then it became 50, and then it became 40. And then 2 days ago, they dropped it down to the forecast was 30.
Wow.
So they come out and hit 37 today or something. So, of course, they beat the street.
37 is the new 66, right?
It's amazing. I don't know how they can pull this game off every month, every quarter by quarter. But, it is what it is.
Yeah.
So, Intel, after having someone ratchet the outlook lower 4 times over the last month, they managed to beat the street.
Yay,
well, hallelujah.
Intel.
That's exactly right. All right, Phil, with that, I got to go. As always, it was a pleasure, and I hope your blood is not curdling up there in Canada like mine is here now over this healthcare thing.
It is. You take care, and we'll talk to you in a week.
No, I'll catch you in 7.
Comments made on goldradio.fm are an expression of opinion only and should not be construed in any manner whatsoever as recommendations to buy or sell any financial instrument at any time. Available online at www.goldradio.fm. goldradio.fm is a production of House Street Media, Incorporated.